Yeah, well done to the Dragons. And the Dragons did a recent visit up there in Queensland to the town of Warwick, just west of Brisbane. Yet another example of how this club looks and puts back to its into the community for its supporters. And as part of the NRL One Community Adopt a Club program, the Dragons visited the town after the match against the Brisbane Broncos in round 15. And Del, what a day that was.
Oh, mate, it was great. The boys didn't win. You know, they got on the bus and they realised what those people are going through. But the kids, the adults there, obviously Wayne Bennett's hometown, Warwick, and who's a bit of a legend back there. But the boys were wonderful, and we can't wait to keep working with them because it's a great place.
Timo, when you were playing, you guys did. Yeah, you would go and visit. You visit schools, or you go further down the south coast to visit, towns, heading down to Maruya or Bateman's Bay. It was always good, wasn't it? Always special.
Mate, it's always fun, to go and visit the towns, especially country towns like that. They probably don't get to come to the cities and watch the footy, especially towns that have been hurt by floods or things like that. And it's good to put a smile on their faces, and I know the players love going to do it. And I think it's the same the other way. They love seeing their stars there helping out and doing skills and playing games with them. And it's a great idea and a great initiative.
Well, let's take a look at the impact that the Dragons had in the town of Warwick.
Looking very excited to see a couple of the boys out here.
It's very exciting. Nothing like this ever happens to Warwick.
Who's your favourite player for the Dragons?
Matt Cooper.
No, you're supposed to say Bronx Goodwin.
Bronx Goodwin.
That's it.
It's a Dragon Supporters Club. I can't believe that. Oh, what's it called? What do you call it?
Yeah, the St George Illawarra Supporter Club of Warwick, formed some 3 years ago. He sends out flyers every month. We have a gathering in his shed, basically talking about all the Dragons, what we're doing, who's in, who's out.
I've been learning how to kick, how to tackle better.
To have senior players to come out from an NRL club to visit Warwick and see the kids is just an outstanding effort on their behalf. Very, very highly supported club here in Warwick.
Just makes everybody realise that Australia hasn't forgotten them.
These country towns are unbelievable, the way they stick together and they all pull for each other in them times of need. And obviously they went through not only that one disaster, but then for it to happen again would have been devastating. I couldn't imagine going through something like that myself.
It's been something we've been interested in doing since we were overcome by the devastation of the floods. People in the south, in New South Wales and St George Illawarra were certainly impacted by the floods and what it meant to the people of Queensland, and we thought we wanted to do something to make a statement about our support for the people and the kids and rugby league. So.
Welcome back to Dragons TV. Thanks to celebrations. Now the Dragons and the Knights have played 23 games. The Dragons have won 15 to the Newcastle Knights 8 that are just running out here. Now, boys, we look at Wes Nguama, the captain. How good is he playing at the moment?
Oh, mate, he's on fire. Like, I know Uarte, everyone's talking about him, but Wes is playing terrific football. I think he just re-signed for another 3 or 4 years, so congratulations to him in Newcastle.
Also, we see Bluey Southern back, which is good to see, Timo.
Yeah, good to see Bluey back. He has had a couple of good years up the Cowboys, and he's now down at Newcastle, so good to see him. They come down with a pretty strong side, Newcastle. Both sides have got a few Origin players out, but it's going to be a pretty tough match today, so hopefully the Dragons can too much class on the board and get another win.
Now we see those players that have come into the Origin spots that have left by our Origin players, Del, but those boys certainly just fit in with ease, don't they?
Oh, well, they do, and that's the way that Wayne does it. He makes sure that they know their roles, and these young guys like Alex McKinnon and young DeBellin, they know what to expect. Now they've had a taste of first grade, and they'll be right to go today.
Have you been impressed with, say, Alex McKinnon, who's been given a go in the centres there?
Well, mate, I've seen him like the last couple of years. I've watched him in the 20s, and you just always know the good players who are standing out. But, he's certainly got class all over him.
Well, let's take a look at the history between the two clubs.
The Dragons started strong. Wendell Saylor said he'd let his football do the talking in retaliation to Mad Dog McDougall's fat jibes.
Tries to chip it in behind. Sailor taking flight to collect a pinpoint kick from Soward and making sure old foe Adam McDougall had been watching.
There's one for you, man. Dog, mate.
Fayoso cut the deficit to just 2.
Chance for Weeks to give it across, and they'll score Newcastle. Terrific play. Chipping in behind them, a chance here. Oh, McManus again up above the pack.
Soward took matters into his own hands to set up Sailor's second.
Back to Wendell Sailor. Absolute footballing genius by Jamie Soward.
A Sailor hat-trick wasn't to be, however. The winger took to the bench with a hamstring injury. It's then the Knights did their slaying, scoring 3 tries in 9 minutes, each off the back of a Dragons penalty.
With the breeze, he gets the flags in the air. McDougall and he's outside. He'll get one back on Wendell Sailor and extend the lead for Newcastle.
Back to Dragons TV, joined by Wendell Sailor and also Shaun Timmins, ex-Dragons great. Hey, Timo, the oval looks beautiful today, doesn't it?
Mate, it looks outstanding. The ground, the grass, it looks soft. It looks like a fast track. So looking to see a bit of ball movement here today. Benny Hornby back, Reece Simmons out of the coal mines and onto the wing. So hopefully we see a bit of ball movements from both sides. But as you said, yeah, the field and the stadium looks outstanding.
Also, Dale, we saw last week, or Monday night, Jack de Bellin play, which was great to see him.
Oh, mate, he's a great kid. Mate, in contact, he hit me a couple of weeks ago, and I certainly know that he can hit all right. So he's a good kid, and the boys like him too. They call him, I think, the Bomb. Yeah.
Hey, Timo, when we see regional teams like we see the Newcastle Knights, we see the St George Illawarra Dragons, the Canberra Raiders, it's always hard to beat them on their home ground, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I know as the Dragons and Steelers, we always love going out there to Newcastle, and I think they love coming down here to play too. It's the same sort of, both cities are pretty much similar, so both sides enjoy it. So look forward to a big game today.
Well, we caught up with both captains earlier on for the coin toss. Let's take a look. We've got our 2 captains, Ben Hornby from the Dragons and also Wes Nguama from the Newcastle Knights. All right, Ben, up you go. Ben Cummins is the referee, just observing, and tails, it's come up. Who's won that one? So the boys will, Dragons will run from the northern end. Just quickly, Wes, good for you this week. You've signed on with the Newcastle Knights, but good to be back here. You've played here for a couple of years at Wynn Stadium.
Yeah, mate. Obviously pleased this week with re-signing and stuff, and yeah, it's good to be back down in Wollongong. It's looking real good. What
do you like about that new stand? Looks pretty hairy, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it's looking good, mate.
All right, mate. Good luck for the game.
Cheers, mate.
And our captain, Ben Hornby, back into the fold, mate. How do you feel after the ankle injury?
Yeah, pretty good. It's come up good this week, so I'm right to play, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Now, we've got a few players out due to origin duties, but the other boys have slipped in pretty well during the week with training.
Yeah, they have, and we obviously played together a couple of weeks ago, so the Knights got a few players out as well, so that should even things up a bit.
Good luck today, mate.
Thanks.
There he is, Ben Hornby for the St George Illawarra Dragons. Back with more Dragons TV after this, thanks to Celebrations. Welcome back to Dragons TV. Thanks to Celebrations. It was a 28-all draw in the under-20s. A very, very hard-fought game. But let's have a look at our the game today. Let's have some of the key matchups that we see. Dell and Timo. We look at the fullback. We look at Jason Nightingale up against Wes Nguama. I mean, that's going to be a hard-fought contest between those two.
Yeah, well, they're both pretty classy players, and they'll bring a lot of energy, they'll bring a lot of talk, but also they just pop up everywhere and anywhere, and it's hard to stop those guys, especially Jason Nightingale. I would hate to mark him because he doesn't know what he's doing, so how are they going to know what he's doing?
Wasn't he great last week? He was fantastic.
Oh, mate, he's always good, and I love his energy, and he's just a good bloke too, which goes with it, but I just, even with Steve Maddai, I said, that's Steve Maddai, is he a decent bloke? And he goes, oh, he's not a bad bloke off the field. Oh, please.
Wow. rough and tumble, but I tell you, Gaz stood up to him last week, which is good to see. Then we look at the number 9s, Dean Young, up against Isaac de Gois. Now, you know, two great players. Dean Young, isn't he? Like, I mean, you had the chance to play with him.
Mate, one of my favourites, Youngie. I love the bloke. He's been through a bit of a rough trot with his knee. It's going to be great to see him this week back starting. And Isaac de Gois is a bit of a different player. He's pretty quick, but mate, Youngie's one of them players the players love playing with. And I'm sure when he brings a lot of enthusiasm to this side and a lot of experience, and it should be a good battle.
Well, let's have a look at the centre bet odds for today's game. Dragons up against the Knights. There it is, $1.62 to the Dragons and $2.33. Del?
Yeah, look, I think, you know, our home ground, the boys play well here, they're confident, always a great crowd, so that home ground advantage gives us that price, I think.
Would they also be under pressure a little bit, mate? There's a particular gentleman sitting up there watching this particular side for next year.
Oh, look, I think some players will be thinking that. You know, players are getting cut left, right and centre, so, yeah, it's a little bit of a dress rehearsal.
All right, let's have a look at the first try scorers too, thanks to Centre Bet. There we go. Oh, Nightingale's up there. Kyle Stanley.
Yeah, 2 tries last week. He's looking very good, Kyle Stanley. I like the way he plays.
Yeah, he's playing great footy too, and we look forward to seeing that. You know, Michael Greenfield in there and Matty Pry. Matty Pry had a great game last week on Monday night, so it was absolutely fantastic. Now, don't forget, you can find us on Facebook, also Twitter, and join over 2,000 Dragon fans online at My Dragons, which is mydragons.com.au.